Alright guys, welcome back to another video. It's been about 1 year since we've owned this thing, so we're gonna go over 5 things I don't like about the car. Let's hop inside. The first thing that stands out, we'll just go over first because it's probably what shows up on most reviews when you watch about this car. And it's also something I realized that I don't like after owning the car, and that would be the window switches. So for some weird reason, Jaguar decided to put window switches up here, and it's also like that on the passenger side. And down here you have basically memory seats and then the door locks, and then window switches are up here. So why that's like super annoying, I don't know why they did that. I get it, they're trying to be different maybe, but you know, when you're driving along, usually your hands are down here or whatever, you're just cruising. It's very rare that they're like up on the sill. I don't know if people really drive like that anymore. Maybe like back in the day that was like a thing. But when you go to roll down the windows, you have to like put your hand up here to do it. And it's just annoying because it's like how often are you driving around and you're like, I need to recall my memory seat right here? Like that just doesn't happen. So like, it's just weird. Like, why not just put them down there where it makes sense, you know? Something that kind of stands out. It stands out when you first get in the car. People are like, where's the window switch? And it's like, oh dude, it's up here. So that'd be the first thing. And probably like the most notable thing about these cars is everyone always notices, like, why are the window switches up here? And I don't feel like there's a good explanation for it, because it would just make way more sense if it was down low. It's like not intuitive. Like it's not, what's the word? Ergonomic? Yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It's just weird. I don't know. So yeah, but let's move on. We're gonna go get some lunch right now and talk about the next thing I don't like about this car. K-band. Let's talk about number 4 on the list. I sold the Mazda CX-5 to buy this car because I wanted something that was like a nicer daily. And one thing that stood out to me that I absolutely hate about this car is this. I'm getting 16 miles a gallon. Like, as a daily driver, that's pretty bad. Like, this car, I get it, because it's more like a sporty SUV, and it's supercharged. But the supercharger is, like, not efficient whatsoever. And out of that 16 miles a gallon, that's been in eco mode the whole time. I was actually getting like 12 miles a gallon before I started putting it in eco mode, and like as a daily, that's brutal, you know? Like, and you have to pump 91. So I don't get what is with this motor or this car, but that's pretty bad gas mileage. Like, at first I thought something was wrong with the car, and yeah, like, that's terrible. Like, you would fill up the tank, and I'd be lucky if it said like 199 miles at one point. Now it says like 230-ish or something. But filling up the tank and getting 230 miles, and I swear it's not a full 230 miles either. And that is something that really bothers me about the car, and it just sucks because it's a daily driver. Usually if you have a daily driver, you want something that gets decent gas mileage. In the Mazda, I would floor that thing everywhere and it'd get like 24 miles a gallon. Like, this car is literally the worst gas mileage out of any car I have. That's why that's number 4 on the list. It's kind of late in the day though. I haven't eaten all day. I'm going to one of my favorite cheap spots here in Orange County, and yeah, we're just cruising along eco mode the whole time. 16 miles a gallon. Gas mileage is something you definitely want to consider for a daily driver, especially if you're looking to get this Jag. You're going to be stopping at the gas station a lot. So it's just, there's a reason why every car nowadays is going turbo. Like, superchargers, like at any RPM, the moment you get on it, it's boosting. So it just eats gas. It's not fun, like paying for gas all the time. Just something to consider if you're in the market for one of these as a daily driver, because I don't think most people are in the market for this car as like a weekend car. Like, it's mainly as a daily driver, and as a daily driver you're going to want something more efficient. But for some, it doesn't bother you if you don't drive that much, you work from home or whatever. If you plan on driving a lot, I don't know if I'd recommend this car, but it's still really nice. The shitty thing about that gas mileage is I'm literally intentionally driving as slow as I can, and I'm still just getting 60. 199. If you grew up in Orange County and you're Vietnamese, you probably already know, but it's not $1.99 anymore. But every dish in here used to be $1.99. I guess the name didn't age well, but we're gonna grab some lunch and then we'll go over the next 3 things I don't like about the Jag. Wait, look, it's actually $10.95. It's cheaper than I thought. So you get, this is the famous dish, and you get steak and rice. You get all kinds of dishes for $11. Guys, I forgot to take video and I perfectly cooked sunny side up egg before I wrecked it. But look at this chicken, it's crispy. You get the special sauce with it. Fire. That was a delicious meal and it was only like 15 bucks. I feel like it's hard to eat out anywhere now and just have be 15 bucks. Even getting like a meal from McDonald's is $15 now. You can actually sit down, get a whole meal, egg on the rice, and I got a water. They only do bottled water there, obviously, so they could charge more. And yeah, it's 15 bucks. So if you're in the area, like Westminster, Garden Grove, Orange County, and you want something cheap and good, I highly recommend it. And that brings us to the third thing I don't like about the Jaguar F-PACE. And that would be the interior. I don't know if you guys could hear all this. Like the whole interior, every panel just creaks. Like not even trying. Like when you're going over a bump or like a turn or something, going up a driveway, the whole interior just makes all this noise. And I know some manufacturers are more known for that. I would say Jaguar is definitely one of them now. But like I hate to compare it to my Mazda, but the Mazda had almost double the miles. It had like 150,000 and the interior was so solid as though the car was brand new. And luckily I keep the music super loud, but you know, like you're in a luxury car and when you have people in the car and like if they notice it, it's pretty bad. And this thing just makes all kinds of noises when it's driving around. Like just putting my arm down. And like you'll hear this as you're driving. Like here, I'll just show you guys. There's a lot of driveways in this parking lot. I don't know if the camera will pick it up over the exhaust noise, but we're gonna see. And like everything just creaks. Like it makes the car seem a lot older than it is, because this thing's like a 2018. So the car isn't that old. But all the interior creaks just make it sound older. You know, it's only like, just listen. You can hear like the seat just. Yeah, it sounds like the interior is gonna break apart, and it's just annoying because this is like a luxury car, so it's not doing very luxury car things. And let me see if you can hear some more. It makes so much noise. I don't know if the mic's gonna pick it up, but let's just see here. Like every bump, going up every hill, every turn, like, you know, the chassis is gonna flex a little bit, but all the interior you just hear all this creaking. And like I could like go through and hunt down each panel and like try to like stiffen it somehow. And oh, when you get in and out too, the seat's so bad. I could try to like stiffen it up, but like that's just like so much work. Like, is it worth it? Because what if I like take it apart to like put foam in here and then it breaks? Then it's gonna really be like rattling around. Whatever. That's just something. You get used to it. But if you come from a car that you don't hear anything, it's gonna stand out to you. So that's just something else to consider if you're in the market for one of these things. I don't know how the newer ones are, but this generation, the interior is pretty creaky. I mean, I had a Mercedes, never did that. I've had like 2 different generations of Mercedes. My friend's BMW, his X5, in other videos, he had like one panel that was creaky, but the rest of the interior is pretty solid. And like, yeah, I mean, this car is only what, 6 years old? It's not even that old, and it's like. So let's talk about number 4 on the list, and that would be just the lack of dash options. Don't get me wrong, this interior space it's super nice. I love like the design and stuff, but these screens are just so much wasted potential. Like this screen on the left, there's only like so many options you could put on this thing. The worst is when you're on the phone, the screen is just taken up by whoever's calling you, so you can't even like mess with it or touch anything, and like it's just a waste of like so much potential here in the dash. Like, let me show you what other screens you could, the display options. Let's see here. The theme. Look at the themes you could choose from. This one, which is ugly as hell in my opinion. This one, which is like nothing better. And then this one, which is, I think, even worse. Like, who would want to just look at a screen with basically blank and just, I leave it on this one and it's just like, it sucks. Like, you know, like Audi puts like the whole navigation in the middle and the little gauges on the side. Like, it looks super nice. Like, this was just it just sucks. Like, there's so much potential there, and they just dropped the ball on this one, I feel like. So that's number 2. I guess it would probably be lower on the list. It just bugs me a little bit. And then we're gonna head home, and then I'll go over number 1, which is not a huge deal, but I don't think a lot of people talk about it. But it definitely, I've noticed it a lot recently for some reason, and it bugs the hell out of me. So stay tuned. So don't get me wrong, guys. Even though I have a list of things, I still like this car. Like, look how sick it is. That is a good looking SUV. I mean, I'm definitely gonna have to make a video of things I like about it, because there is a lot of things I do like about it, and it's nice to have. So, but the last thing on the list is right here. A lot of people might not notice this, but when you open the car to like reach in and grab something, you know, sometimes you're parked next to someone and you're like squeezing in, your clothes are gonna rub on this tire, and if you have tire shine, good luck. Like, it's gonna, I've like gotten marks on my jeans and stuff, and it's kind of annoying because you're just like, your clothes are clean and then you get some like black mark on it, and there'll be times where someone will like get a mark on their clothes and they'll be like, what is this from? Like, where'd that come from? And it's like, you know, it's like tire shine, so it doesn't just rub off easy, and I'll have to like kind of like not say anything because I know what it is, and I'll pretend like I'm like, oh, I have no idea, you know. And that's something not a lot of people or reviews talk about, but it definitely is or can be an issue for some. Like, it's just, I mean, my car is wide body, so it's sticking out a little bit, but even then, stock, the tire's gonna be right there, and you're like squeeze it in here because the car is parked next to you, you're gonna get your clothes dirty. So that is, it's just the design of it. I mean, it's super nice right here how they designed this, but yeah, it's easy to dirty up your clothes, and those stains like sometimes don't come off easy. That's it for my list of things I don't like about this car. Overall, I still do love it though. It's sick. I like this thing a lot, especially because it's like wide body and stuff, you know, like quad exhaust. I'll go over like everything else on the car, but that sums up this video. We're back here at Phat Meals, and yeah, thanks for watching, and stay tuned for the next one.